Welcome to another episode of TeeVo and the Beard.
You can't see it, but I'm TeeVo, and that's the Beard, and we apologize for the odd glitches last week, but we assure you this time won't happen.
We are back in the TeeVo and the Beard headquarters here, so...
There is no meal breaks, no
late pizza from Padre Juan, I will call it.
And so we are going to talk about a couple things today. First of all, the winter finales. Not Supergirl. That already happened.
Right.
F.L.A.S.H and S.H.I.E.L.D happened this week. But first we're going to ice break a little bit and talk about the other really big geeky stuff that happened this week. The Spider-Man Homecoming trailer came out, and the Beard didn't see it, but I just showed him.
Right.
What are your initial thoughts?
My initial responses. Originally I was kind of basing my thoughts based on what the new logo looks like, and it has that very, like animated series type logo to it, so I wasn't really expecting much. And also, the Amazing Spider-Man movies, those were alright, but they weren't great. They had a really good Peter Parker and alright Spider-Man. The original Spider-Man trilogy, I think, had a really good Spider-Man and an okay Peter Parker. This one, though, just after watching the trailer, I think they finally
we've seen him in
got a great combination.
He has a leg up because we've seen him already.
Right.
We've seen him in
only shortly.
We've only seen him shortly, but it's not like Toby and Andrew when they first stepped in to their movie. We're judging them based on this thing.
Right.
Whereas Tom's, we have the luxury of saying, "Oh, well, we already saw him."
Yeah, he knows about the Avengers. He's met them. He's met Tony Stark.
We've met him, and we already have some ground with it. Granted, he hasn't carried his own movie yet, but we have the luxury of saying, "Well, we've seen him what he can do already," as opposed to with Toby and Andrew, it was like, "Well, the trailer. That's all we got of what they can do as the Spider-Man."
And I like this one. Also seems like a very coming of age sort of movie. It doesn't look like he's going to, like Tobey Maguire became Spider-Man very quickly.
Yes.
And Andrew Garfield was basically already Spider-Man. This one seems more like there's going to be pushback against him there, not just from the bad guys. I mean, Tony Stark is talking to him about not being ready.
And that's the other thing I liked about the trailer. I don't know if it's representative of the film, but I like how big of a part they're making Tony Stark to seem.
Right.
Because it's almost that way of like you said, coming of age, and kind of the old Marvel stars ushering in the new ones.
Right, yeah. And
we get that sense of familiarity with the movie, and it's kind of cool.
And I also enjoy that it looks like it's keeping the comedy.
Yeah.
Because Spider-Man is always supposed to be, not puppies and rainbows, but definitely the lighter side of Marvel, the almost more kid-friendly, even though that sounds like I'm putting it down. But it's definitely,
Well, I mean, he's not one of the most universally recognized superheroes for, for nothing.
Right.
So,
Yeah,
it's not the worst choice of words you could use.
Right. But like Andrew Garfield, that was definitely like a darker Spider-Man there.
Kind of like the tween-age Spider-Man movies, which, it still had their moments.
Right.
But I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I remember, I think they were trying to, what they wanted to accomplish with Spider-Man is, like you said, Toby went from like, hey, I'm drawing what my Spider-Man should look like, and all of a sudden in the film, I am Spider-Man.
Right.
Andrew, a little slower.
Yeah.
So that was nice to see that he didn't just, automatically became Spider-Man.
But it's almost like he didn't really have to try that. I mean, the road was easy. It might have been a longer road, but it was an easy road still.
So, but what they want to do with Tom's is, I think they want to make like pretty much his high school career into a movie. So like, I think they related it to Harry Potter-esque, that each year was his own thing.
Because I know that's why they picked a younger actor for this one.
So they want to do that with Spider-Man. Like, I think this year represents, maybe his sophomore year or something. And then, 11th grade, then graduation. So I wouldn't be surprised if, like, one of them is called Spider-Man Graduation.
Right, yeah.
So, I enjoyed it. Enjoyed Tony Stark in it. That last scene with Spider-Man swinging the web and Tony Stark flying. I was like, This is why you bought back Spider-Man.
Exactly.
For moments like these, because they're awesome.
It was like Marvel showing, okay, we have Spider-Man now. He's part of the group.
If you didn't already believe it from that scene in Civil War, believe it.
Right.
And Michael Keaton looks great.
Yeah. Yeah, when I saw the preview, I was thinking, okay, he's going up against Birdman.
Birdman, Batman.
Yeah, Birdman, Batman.
But, everything looks great. I had a good feeling about the film already. Not because of a thing I can't say yet.
Right.
But it just seemed... It really does stem back from Civil War. Yeah. I feel good because I've seen this guy already, and I've seen what the studio can do with this character.
And even in Civil War, he wasn't goofy, but there was comic elements with his
in the midst of, a serious battle.
Right. And that's what I remember about, watching the Spider-Man cartoon growing up is, you'd have these awesome fight scenes, but there's, he's still Peter Parker even when he's dressed as Spider-Man.
Yeah, exactly. So... Bring it on, Marvel.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
So,
little tidbit here. So, for those of the nostalgic 90s, I don't know if our audience is aware of this, but there is a series on Netflix called Fuller House.
Yes.
It's a spin-off of Full House. I finished...
A lot of the basically almost all the same actors.
Pretty much, except for the Olsen twins.
Right. Oh, so they don't return in season 2?
They do not. Okay. There is a nice nod to it in the Thanksgiving episode, so whenever you get to it, it's... Once again, it's not meant to be subtle. It's straight at the camera.
Yeah. TeeVo has already binged it.
I finished it in one sitting.
Yeah, it came out yesterday, so he watched it yesterday.
That was my plan yesterday.
Yeah.
It was actually wonderful. I bought another big thing of juice, bought some Chinese food, and just
there you go.
Went to town.
Yeah.
And watched Fuller House. Played Contest of Champions on my iPad.
Yeah.
And phone. So it was a pretty good night.
Yeah, sounds like it. Now, that's how you spend a Friday night, right?
That was a pretty good night. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Forget about this whole bar hopping and stuff like that. The kids do. No,
that's
juice,
lame.
Chinese food, and Fuller House.
Yes, exactly. Not really much to say. I was saying this to the Beard before we started. The beauty of this series is that it's reliant on nostalgia, which sounds like a terrible thing, but if you want that,
right?
Like me, I don't really care about the story.
Yeah.
I mean,
to a certain degree.
To a certain degree,
you don't want it to be just phoned in.
Don't just slap it in.
Right.
But, the story is almost second in this series. Nostalgia is first.
Right.
And they know that. They know they are not the best TV show.
They've even said it in interviews, this is made for people who already enjoyed the original show. It's not made to bring in new people.
Yeah. I mean, if it does, then awesome.
And I'm sure it has.
Yeah, but I think they're very much aware that this is not the best show to watch on Netflix.
Right.
But that's not the point.
Yeah, they're not trying to compete with The Crown and, Orange is the New Black and stuff like that.
Yeah, they're just saying, hey, if you enjoy Full House and you want to just have a comfortable night in without thinking too much, here, watch our show. Yeah,
because that's a great thing with a series like that is while, we, through nostalgia, are connected to the characters, you don't have to get, emotionally drained by the characters watching them.
Exactly. So, yay! Season 2, already finished it. Probably will go back and watch Season 1 again. Who knows?
So, if you're out there and you haven't watched Season 1 yet, go ahead and binge through that and then go straight into...
But I will say, you kind of have to watch Full House.
Yeah. To really get it, yeah.
Well, this show is really stupid. If you don't know Full House, this show is really stupid. Yeah. It's already stupid.
Because it's one of those where if we were actually to explain the plot to you of Season 1, you wouldn't watch it.
Well, you wouldn't care.
Yeah.
You wouldn't care.
You'd be that sounds like a 80s, 90s sitcom.
And I'd say it is an 80s, 90s sitcom just made now.
Yeah. And that's what makes it awesome.
But moving on to other awesome stuff.
Yes.
So much like the winter finales, we're almost at our winter finale. And tune in next week and think of it like a BBC show. This is our winter finale right now.
Right.
Next week is our Christmas special.
Yeah, so we're like Doctor Who.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Or really any British show. Because they do have Christmas episodes.
Stuff like that,
They do have Christmas episodes that don't really have anything to do with the regular ones.
Yeah, so our next episode won't be canon, but it'll still be part of the episode.
But, on a tangent of that, I found a British show that I like that hasn't been on the air in 2.5 years. It's coming back this year for a Christmas special.
Okay.
And I like that about British shows, that they can do that, but that's it. They're we're not coming back.
It's going to be an awesome Christmas special.
But that's it.
Yeah.
But, hey, great to be back.
Yeah. So we're going to try that same thing where next week we're going to come back with an awesome Christmas special.
We're going to, after after this recording, I will be going to see Office Christmas Party. TJ Miller needs my money. He got arrested yesterday. So, you know, gotta support my guy there.
You would have been giving him your money anyway.
I would have. I would have.
Yeah.
I would have. And, you know, I have. And
yeah.
I have. We'll be talking a little bit about that. I don't know how many people in the party that we're going to be recording will be seeing it.
Yeah.
Because we will be inviting the entity we called Mike back. And we're mostly going to talk about Christmas movies. What makes them great.
Which does seem to be the guy we call Mike. His seems to be his kind of forte. He was on our Ghostbusters episode. He did the Don't Breathe episode while you were at a con. You know,
so that's so we'll be doing that. So tune in next week. But yes, this week our winter finale. We talk about other winter finales.
Right. We talk about Agents of F.L.A.S.H.
Yes. So let's talk with the F.L.A.S.H. part.
Got to do the F.L.A.S.H. Yep. So when we last left the F.L.A.S.H., the invasion had happened. Wally's got his powers.
Yes.
HR Puffin stuff is starting to train him there.
Yes.
And he wants to fight. We also found out that Malfoy is alchemy.
Yes.
And we were all very shocked by that. I use air quote sarcasm, everything you can fit.
However, going on the shock part, I do like the way they have been playing that.
Yeah.
So, like the Beard said, Julian, the character that played by Tom Felton, is alchemy. However, it's not like the past couple seasons, which I love that they reference.
Yeah.
That every time they make a new friend, that new friend
turns into a bad guy.
And technically, yes, in this case, on the surface it is. But I like the way that they portray it as he doesn't know what he is doing.
He's basically possessed.
Exactly, and that's cool. I was like, okay, sure.
Yeah, because when they first showed that he was alchemy, I mean, like I said, we weren't surprised.
Yeah,
we were like, all right, he's never going to get to play a good guy.
We more or less thought we're disappointed.
Yeah,
I wanted him to be a regular dude.
Yeah, because we're tired of like getting Zoom and characters like that, and, you know, being disappointed by him. So so I agree with you. I like the way they turn it around by saying, yeah, he's alchemy, but at the same time, he's not alchemy. He's just kind of the vessel.
Vessel, which we learned that alchemy is more of a vessel for Savitar.
Right, yeah.
So, like, alchemy is not even a main dude.
So Julian's like the middleman in all this.
Even like alchemy is the middleman.
So he's
like
the middleman.
He's a middleman. So I like that they did that he's not straight up the bad guy.
Right.
Of any sense.
Right. Yeah.
He's just an unfortunate... He's an unfortunate middleman.
Yeah, yeah.
So that makes me feel better about that reveal.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
I liked it. I thought it was definitely the most Harry Potter of episodes.
Yes, because they were talking about
the Philosopher's Stone.
And I remember watching going, wow. I bet when you read the script, you're like, okay, guys.
So we're doing this again?
Okay.
So Malfoy gets the stone this time.
He's probably like, hardy har har.
Yeah.
Harry Potter.
I like that. I like that we do get a little bit more of Julian's backstory and back in his days when he was Indiana Jones.
Yes.
I definitely could not see him doing that type of role in a film or anything like that because it seemed...
Well, I could see it if he was like the helper of the Indiana Jones type
he definitely
character.
couldn't lead.
No way.
Because he looked like...
Sorry, Tom Felton.
He looked like the rich kid who was out there digging in the sand.
and in the episode, he is the rich kid digging in the sand.
But yeah, he finds the Philosopher's Stone and does like most people do. You know, you find a box in the middle of the desert, you just open it and release all the bad. And
the bad is Savitar, the god of speed. Mm-hmm. And he's a bad dude. Yeah. I love John Wesley Shipp coming back as Jay.
Yeah. Can we get an episode of Earth 3 Flash?
I
would love an episode not like a comic episode or anything. Just
if Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. can do a whole episode based with Simmons in another universe, or planet, I think they could swing something like that. Where like maybe Barry comes at the beginning of the episode and the end, but the whole episode takes place on Earth 3 or something for some whatever reason.
Because just with Jay Garrett, with that version of the Trickster, I mean, just the whole thing, it felt very much like a 60s Batman type world going on there, and I want to see a full episode of that.
And I really enjoy John Wesley Shipp as Jay Garrick Flash.
Yeah.
And that's why my heart was beating a little faster when he was pretty much getting thrown around by Savitar.
Yeah, and no, I was a little worried for him there.
Just that scene that you knew Savitar is a bad dude. Like after he's pretty much beaten Jay in every single facet, and he tries to escape just one last time, and then Savitar just grabs him and throws him back the wall. And the notion was like, "Where are you going? Where are you going?"
Yeah, right. Yeah, it was and it was one of those things where like when him and Barry are first going to Savitar. And Jay's like, no, I've got this. You go there. It's like, no. Even at that point, I was like, no, you don't got it.
Well, you don't got it, but, very valiant of you.
Very valiant of you.
And was necessary because, if you both took him on, you would have been in the same situation.
Right.
As we see every time. So my curiosity toward the battling with Savitar is so... What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Because, Barry, you've tried and have been thrown around by a ragdoll. Yep. Jay has tried and was thrown around by a ragdoll. You and Wally have double teamed and was, again, thrown around like a ragdoll. So...
And I like that about this bad guy. I mean, he's definitely not the monster of the week.
No.
He's not easily destroyed. I mean, they close the stone back in the box and he disappears,
which is so like wow.
I know when I saw that I was like, oh, so that's how they're gonna end it, but it's not how they end it.
He's interesting, and I'm curious to see what they do with him.
Yeah, I like the scene especially where they have the box closed and they hook up Julian to the box to have a controlled possession.
Sure,
I guess. Which I thought was like, okay, now this is
which I love. Like you can tell. I mean, I know it's a TV show, and there's only a certain amount of money. I.e., when Jay and Savitar fight, it looks like a video game. But whatever, you take it. But like they literally just put like strings on the box, and we're supposed to believe it's like a neural link. I was like, you know what, whatever.
But it seemed like the most because I've said before how this season of The Flash seems very television show versus comic. This was a very comic book thing for them to do. It's like, oh yeah, we're just going to hook you up to the box and have Savitar speak through you. And one thing that
like Christmas lights on a box.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, they already had.
It probably was.
It was leftover lights from when HR was decorating.
Yep.
I noticed one thing he said though. Speaking of HR, that I'm not sure if they were using for comic effect because my wife laughed at it at the time, or if they were using it for like a more serious thing. When Savitar says "fake Wells," and I'm curious on your thoughts on that.
I actually
he knows the future.
He knows a lot of things apparently.
Yeah.
It seems like every evil speedster knows way more than our heroes.
Right. But at least Savitar's from the future, so
from a lot of things.
Yeah. But that makes more sense.
I don't know. I was gonna actually bring up the whole prophecy now. So when they hooked up Julian to be the conduit to talk to Savitar, he gives a prophecy. One will betray you, one will die, and one will pretty much wish they were dead.
And of course, in typical TV trope, they're showing a face each time he says something, and we're supposed to think this is the person he's talking about.
I don't know. Yeah, I didn't actually catch it. I had to watch a clip of it again. I didn't catch that because I was kind of into a serious moment, so I didn't take it as a comic moment.
Yeah, neither did I. My wife laughed at it, and when she laughed, I was like, okay, I guess that could be, because he's not the original Wells, he's fake Wells.
Yeah, but then again, I had to think about it, not during the episode, but a little later. But I was like, fake Wells, but you are Wells. You're Wells of your Earth.
Or are you?
Yeah, exactly. I had to think about it a couple times, like, but you're not really fake, or are you? I still don't, I guess we can guess who betrays who, because they show who will die.
Right.
And it's Iris.
Yeah.
Which makes sense in the Evasion episode when Barry looks at that future newspaper thing.
And her name's not on it anymore.
Yeah, it's not written by Iris West Allen anymore. So, at least for the time being, we know Iris is going to die.
Right.
But they're probably not going to do that. Or are they? I don't know.
Well, like Jay said, and here's what I don't get about Barry arguing with Jay. Jay is explaining, okay, you saw a version of the timeline. There are infinite number of things that can happen.
I.e., look what you did.
Right. And Barry's like, but if we don't go to that street at that time... Barry, listen. anything can happen, and if you move in a different direction, she could die a different way, basically, or you could go there and she could live. And...
I like how this episode of The Flash, last week's episode with Supergirl, when they get the person that played that part before, that person's always smarter than everybody in the room. Like with Jay, John Wesley explaining to Grant Gustin is like, wow, John Wesley's Jay is so much smarter.
Yeah.
And last week, Helen Slater is really killing it.
Yeah. So listen to these people.
They didn't play your part for nothing.
Right, yeah.
I did like that too. But who do you think is the betrayer?
I think
it'd be too easy. Once again, I think after season 1, anything shocking with whoever Tom Cavanaugh's playing.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be Wells, and I don't think it'll be Killer Frost, because I think those are both too easy to betray.
I think it'd be Cisco.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, because he's the one that's like, no, we gotta trust Cisco. Yeah. Come on, Cisco.
And if they don't kill Iris, who do you think they will kill? Better not be Wally. You don't go through that much trouble.
I know, right? Even gave him a costume for Christmas.
Yes, and by the way, he is now 100% Kid Flash now.
Yeah.
But it better not. I hope it's not Wally, if either the betrayer or the
I could see them killing Wells. I mean, it wouldn't be like a heart-wrenching moment for the audience to watch, but I could see them.
I was reading an article and it said, who they would kill that would be the worst, the heart-wrenching, if they killed Joe.
Yeah. Yeah, they can't kill Joe.
I don't know.
They technically could, but
if they're teasing killing Iris, they could definitely kill Joe.
Yeah.
And it would be what Jay was saying, you said, well, if we don't go to the street, then she could possibly die in another street.
Right, yeah.
Or another way, and what if they do change the timeline of the future that, Iris West doesn't die, but Joe West does.
Right, yeah. So Barry, stop messing with the timeline. Don't even think about doing it.
So, yeah, and I love how conveniently he ran 5 months in the future. Conveniently, because that's when the finale will air.
Yeah, that was a little on the nose there. Because they didn't just say the future, even though I love when him and Jay are talking, and he's like, where was I? And he's like, the future. It's like, dun, dun, dun.
And clearly, again, he should listen to Jay. Because that is now twice that he has pulled him out of a timeline. Yeah. That he has found him.
And this one wasn't Barry's fault, though.
Yes, but he has found him and pulled him out. That's twice now he has found. Have you found anyone in the timeline?
I know. If Jay is that good,
Maybe you should listen to him.
Yeah. Yeah, because that would be worse. That's like finding a needle in a timeline.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And he has found you twice. Yeah. So maybe when he's explaining timeline stuff, you should listen to him.
Yeah.
Unless you can do the same and just sense, oh, where's that person?
And I like that their plan of throwing the box in the Time Force didn't work exactly to plan, because the convoluted way they kind of described it, I was like, that's just, it's like you wrote that in just to get rid of the box. Yep. But then it doesn't work, so I'm like, okay, the convolution is fine now.
Going to Wally, I did enjoy the scenes of him in HR.
Yeah.
Those are two actors this season that hasn't gotten a full spotlight.
Yeah.
So they gave them together. But my favorite moment, besides the Christmas gift, Christmas gift being that he gets his Kid Flash costume.
Right.
But the moment where,
they couldn't make it look a little newer and shinier, because it almost looks like Reverse Flash's.
I think it is. Well, I think in a way they're like, well, it's laying around, might as well.
Right, we'll just hem it up, make it a little smaller.
It's not like we want him to come back to take it, so let's just give it a paint job and cut out the head part.
Yeah.
So, but I thought the same. I was like, well, it's still just laying there. Unless they want to keep it in a weird memento way, sure, whatever. Yeah. But my favorite part really is, so everybody except for HR is okay with Wally training.
Yeah.
And I'm still like, why? Yeah. I get why, but when he got hit by Supergirl, when you teach him stuff, he's going to possibly not get hit by people like that.
Yeah. And like HR said, if he doesn't learn it from us. He's gonna go somewhere.
That was my favorite part.
And learn it. Yeah,
that really was. I love that talk.
Well, it was HR actually having an original thought.
Yeah,
there.
And it's a good thought. Really, and it's universal towards lots of teenagers. Yeah, if you're not being the supportive one, then I will find someone who will. And that's exactly.
And it might not be a good guy who's supporting them.
And that's exactly what HR was getting. He's like, yeah, you don't think I'm qualified? Well, then you do it.
Right.
Because,
Yeah, because HR, I mean, from last episode, or, was it either last episode or the episode before, he didn't really want to do it. He was like, I will, but,
But I love how before, Wally tries to save Barry from Savitar, HR gives him that talk like, just duck and weave.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, yeah, probably anyone else, but I love how both of them.
Yeah.
It makes me feel better that at least, he didn't mess up again. Like, Savitar's just that good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really like that part with Tom Cavanaugh and Jesse Martin. It's a good moment.
Yeah. And also, HR does say something when he's talking to Joe about, if you don't help him, somebody else will. It makes me wonder if on, what is he from, Earth 9 or 19 or whatever Earth HR is from, if maybe Jesse is bad on that Earth. Because when he was saying it, he seemed like he knew what he was talking about. It seemed like a very personal statement to him.
I didn't catch that because it never said explicitly that he has a Jesse on that Earth. But who knows?
Or it might not be a Jesse, but it might be somebody who knows.
Well, who knows? You're right. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot they haven't explored, and well, that's what we have other half the season for.
Yeah, and the fact that it was like his first original thought in the episode,
series, it was really nice moment, and a very poignant moment, and we saw that it paid dividends because he is now Kid Flash.
Yeah,
he's like they finally accept like what, you have powers, and we shouldn't tell you not to use them. So how about you learn the right way and do it with us?
Yeah, and before we move on from Flash, the very ending, because they always have that little teaser thing, cliffhanger thing at the end. Me and my wife kept going, okay, something bad's going to happen. And then they show the carolers out in the rain. It's like, oh, they're going to end up being like aliens or something bad. And then, Snow takes off her bracelet. It's like, oh, something bad's going to happen. And it was a happy ending.
It was a really happy ending.
Yeah, but I wasn't disappointed with that, but it was one of those things that I was not expecting.
True.
From the winter finale.
True. The last few times you got Wells basically revealing he is the Reverse Flash. Then the whole, I will help you steal the Flash's speed. This time, I mean, the only sort of cliffhanger we got wasn't really even really a cliffhanger. It was, the death of Iris, but
that may or may not happen.
May or may not happen.
And we had Julian actually, becoming kind of friends with Barry.
So he is fulfilling our prophecy of being just a normal dude.
Yeah.
So thank you guys. I feel like they were like, oh crap, they don't like that. Yeah. We should find a way.
Rewrite.
Yeah. If only the world worked like that.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to next season. I think.
Yeah. I'm not putting too much speculation into.
The next half of the season.
Yeah.
I'm correctly saying. I like that they're almost kind of putting Flashpoint in the rear view for now.
Yeah.
They're fighting this guy. Because,
we don't want every episode with Barry going, oh, here's how I messed up again.
Or everybody going, here's how you messed up.
Right, because Cisco's basically forgiving him, Snow is forgiving him,
Everybody.
Move on.
Because, really, at this point, it's like, okay, yeah, I did it.
Unless you want me to go back in time and try to fix it again,
I mean, we can play that card.
Yeah.
But I thought it'd be funny if they make it to a season 6 and people are still like, because of you, and he's just like, all right, you know what?
Fine.
Fine. Yes. Again,
I'm going to Marvel.
Exactly. But speaking of Marvel,
yes, that was my forced segue.
The other winter finale. So S.H.I.E.L.D. returns,
and they know how to do a winter finale.
That was an interesting finale.
Yeah,
a very interesting one. A couple things struck me about the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. one. So a lot of people that I was reading were kind of disappointed that the big hype against Eli.
Yeah.
And you don't really see much of what he can do.
Yeah.
I disagree with that. Mainly because I'm biased, and I really like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So they had to do something really bad for me to not like it.
Right.
But the real showdown was not Robbie and Eli to me, but with Coulson and Eli.
Yeah.
And the showdown was that you had to really pay attention to what was being said because that's what he can do. But they don't have a lot of money to show you,
right?
So it was built off dialogue, and to me, being someone who enjoys the show and listens to the characters and listens to the action, I thought that was a cool way to like substitute a big throwdown-ish.
Yeah, because I'm sure most people were looking for a big Ghost Rider versus Eli sort of fight, and I'm glad they didn't. I like how they kept teasing that that's what was going to happen, but then showing that Eli is more powerful, than Robbie was hoping for there.
And and then the rationale where his power is drawing and all that stuff.
Yeah, he's not creating something from nothing.
It's coming from somewhere.
Yeah.
And I don't know, that was still cool to me. That was battle words and the threat of an action than just being spoon-fed the action.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Yeah, I mean, I thought one of the creepiest parts was the simplest part when he made that glass start filling with water. It's like, that's actually more frightening and amazing than just the carbon power that he's been using. I mean, making somebody cough up diamonds, that was scary. That was kind of scary, but it's like when he's creating, complex things like water, it's like, that's a powerful dude there.
What do you think? So, they do defeat, Eli.
Yeah.
And with Ada's very, very sexy.
I know.
Hand movements. Mallory Jansen, I don't know what it is about you and those gloves, but
she's got like a dance going on.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
If she has a boyfriend, I hope she wears those gloves.
The thoughts of TeeVo, not necessarily blah blah blah.
So, but so through another portal, they managed to banish Eli, but at the expense, they also lost Robbie.
Right.
Do you think that's the last we've heard of either of them?
I definitely don't think that's the last we've heard of Robbie. I think they're going to let the Ghost Rider story kind of sit in the fridge, not even the back burner, and they're putting it away for leftovers for later. I think if Eli does come back, he's going to come back as a full, supervillain, actually powerful metahuman type character. I don't think he's going to come back just as he is now.
I hope if they come back, then that would be the real Robbie Reyes that we see in the comics, that Eli is the one who possesses Robbie.
Okay.
So
they kind of come back together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, that is who, it's meant, he's been known as who he is in the comics.
Right.
And, while what they've been doing in the show has been great, it'd be nice to, see the actual iteration of it.
Yeah.
So that's,
Well, how about when Coulson kind of refers to another Ghost Rider?
Yeah, I like that. All of a sudden, well, that was one thing that sort of confused me, and I wish they would elaborate more, because when they were doing the notion of the Ghost Rider first, how he was the last person to see it, I don't know if he was thinking, oh man, I've heard about this guy, but I finally want to see him, or I don't know if he played it like, what is this guy? I don't know anything.
Yeah.
Because, if you watch the show, the fact that he knows that has to be from Fury's box. There's no way he wouldn't really know it now because he doesn't have the clearance per se.
Yeah.
So
whatever color that is.
But we know if he does know anything, it was from before. So I hope they kind of, elaborate more.
Yeah.
And that kind of gives me that notion.
Is it Johnny Blaze?
Well, that gives me the notion that, okay, the Ghost Rider story is not over, because that was a little mini tease. Right. Whether they come back immediately, don't think so.
I don't think so either.
But, they seems like they will come back. Or maybe not.
Maybe not, yeah.
Maybe in their own show in that way, but not at least not on the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Let's see. What else happened that was noteworthy?
Well, one thing that I like is it kind of reminded me of Season 1 because S.H.I.E.L.D. is now recognized, and their logo is on all their stuff again. So, when the vans come up, you see that S.H.I.E.L.D. logo just like it used to be. And
not only is it on everything, but it really is on everything because, so the director has his own Captain America-esque suit, which, hey, it looks pretty cool.
It does, yeah.
But it has, again, the S.H.I.E.L.D. logo right there.
Yeah. I still don't really care for him, but I liked him in this episode. You know,
I hope that they really are building him towards to be a solid ally.
Yeah.
I don't know if he'll be like the show dynamic, but you know, if he's just a nice guy to have around,
yeah,
let's go with that.
Yeah, step away from the director, let Coulson get back in. And
well, I don't think that's gonna happen.
Right.
But you know, we can all hope.
In my fan fiction version, that's what would happen. Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, so again, last time I'm gonna say this until January, but Fitz, you know what? Fitz and Sippin.
Yeah.
When they just looked up and shot that dude.
I know.
Without hesitation.
Like it was nothing.
Like it was nothing.
Yeah.
Again, one of those character development. You would not have seen Fitzsimmons do that in season 1.
No.
They would have panicked.
Yeah.
And
relied on, Ward or something like that.
Or May.
Yeah.
Or Coulson or some other divine thing to happen. Jump to season 4, danger. Pow!
Oh, done.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Like they practice it in unison at home.
They should have tandem shooting, at home. That's what
it was great.
Yeah.
And let's see. Daisy's back.
And she's back.
She's back.
Yeah. I'm hoping she loses the black eye makeup. I mean, the goth look was kind of cool at first, but if she's going to be Agent Johnson, then I think she needs to go back.
Well, I don't mind the eye makeup as much as the fishnet sleeves and long hair, blue hair stuff. I was like, get rid of that.
Yeah.
If you want to keep the eyeshadow, that's...
So go only semi-goth?
Yeah, if you want to keep that, that's fine. But just don't dress like that. But she's not going to because she's an agent again.
Right.
And so the director, covered her by saying, "Oh, she was undercover." Yeah. I like how she was like, "Wait, what? Just go with it.
Just go with it. Yeah.
Just go with the ask later."
Yeah.
So that was nice to kind of bring that to a close, and also
because I thought for sure he was going to throw her under the bus.
Nah.
Yeah.
So that part was puppies and rainbows.
Yeah.
And now that they pretty much got rid of Senator Nadir's stranglehold on the director because yeah, she was working with us, so you can't say that she was there because we told her, in air quotes, to be there.
Yeah.
And, well, Robbie's gone, so haha.
But Robbie's car's still there.
Yep.
And I think when Coulson was telling her, don't get rid of the car yet because he might come back, I think it's because Coulson likes the car.
Yeah.
It could be Lola, too.
Lola's a rugged boyfriend.
Right, yeah. Lola and Leroy.
Yeah. Let's see. And going with Quake Daisy being back, I love that, she was presented her new lanyard, Security Blue, and she's like, what's this? We have no idea. Yeah. And I love the throwback to Patton. Oh, I wish Agent Koenig was here. And Patton is like, come back, man. We miss you.
Yeah.
We miss you, and for whatever way you want to come back, I hope you do want to come back. But that was, I want to see some more Agent Koenig.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. He's got to be in one of those secret hideouts somewhere.
Probably, yeah. Yeah. Mac finally made his move.
Yeah.
A little disappointed they kind of forgot the whole hope thing. I want to know, guys.
Yeah, it's like for one episode he's like steering a hole into this picture basically, and then the episode right after it's like, oh yeah, that never existed.
Yep.
I hope you don't have any way of watching that again because we're never going to bring it back up.
I hope. Yeah. So hopefully they explain whatever that is.
Yeah.
But he's finally made his move on Yo-Yo, so hopefully that is not going to end up badly.
Right.
But it is a Whedon show, so sometimes when people hook up, it's just...
Yeah.
It's not a good
thing. I see just kind of grabbing for it there, and somebody has to slap his hand away. We're not killing them all.
And Jed has to be like, this is my show!
Yeah. You had your chance.
We asked you to direct more, but you don't want to.
Go write your comic book. And
that may or may not come out.
Right.
Go write that movie you may or may not direct.
Yeah.
Just go.
Just go do something else.
So that was nice, and... Did we cover everything besides the big part?
Mac and Yo-Yo, Daisy coming back, Director Mace possibly not being bad at all.
I never thought he was bad.
I thought he was kind of walking that line.
I agree with you that he was not 100% likable, but I never thought he was a bad guy.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely showing his hopefully true colors now.
Yeah.
Compared to when he was first shown, because when he said he was going out on the field, I thought, oh well, he's just saying that he's going out, and then all of a sudden, because they don't even like show him like suiting up and stuff like that, like they would for a movie. He's out there in the suit, like
he just arrived in the suit.
Yeah, it's like I'll show you the Captain America of the TV world.
Yep. Yeah, I think we got everything.
Yeah, so I guess it just comes to
the big
what Ada's been working on.
So we mentioned in the Flash how every winter finale, which rightly so, because you got to give something for people to come back. Not that they wouldn't already, but you got to make sure.
Yeah.
This one has that moment.
Yes, it does.
And so we lastly Ada.
Oh, Ratcliffe's part of the team now.
Yes.
Yeah. So we didn't want to leave him out because
that's I like him.
And that's kind of important, because now we got two Scotsmen on the team.
He is now sanctioned to make life models.
Yeah, because at first they were talking about deactivating Ada and basically disassembling her, but she showed her stuff
after she took a bullet.
Yeah.
For someone, which is really the purpose. Of why he made them.
Yeah. Was
to take the hits.
I like when she walks past Fitzsimmons and Fitz kind of is gawking at her and Simmons like, come on.
But that in going to taking the bullet, I like that. I like how they played that. She's like, oh my gosh, she's bleeding. Oh yeah, it's fake. But why is she? Yeah. I'm programmed to be a human, so I'm programmed with pain sensors.
Yeah.
Wow.
As serious as that scene was, it did kind of remind me of Captain Hammer.
Yes.
It was like, this is what
pain feels like. But
I tried not to laugh at that part.
Someone who does know what pain feels like. So last we left Ada. Mm-hmm. Dr. Radcliffe was celebrating victory, getting drunk.
Yep.
Ada was in the lab creating a brain.
Yes.
Ooh. So we were thinking, what are you going to do with that?
Are you upgrading yourself?
Now, we still don't know really what she is up to with that particular part, but we do know that she has started to do things on her own.
Yes, she's got a hobby.
They're not good things.
No.
So they sanctioned Dr. Radcliffe, and by doing that, he is now allowed to work on these S.H.I.E.L.D. facilities.
Right.
So they had an agent pretty much pack up and just
Agent No Name.
Agent No Name. Come on and pack everything up to move it to a S.H.I.E.L.D. facility.
Yeah, right when they showed him and the fact that he didn't get like a name and stuff like that, I was like, he's gonna die.
And
because he's just like throwing the stuff in the box carelessly.
And he met with Ada.
Yep.
Well, actually, he opened a door.
Yeah, he saw what Ada's been working on first.
And we're thinking, okay, what's behind that door? And Ada catches him. And that line, she's like, I'm sorry, I know this is going.
I know how this feels.
Yeah. And she snaps his neck.
Yeah, just with one hand.
So that's not dangerous.
No.
And
it was hot, but dangerous.
Yeah, her hands.
They're dangerous.
They're dangerous and sexy.
Yeah.
But we see what she has been working on, and behind the door is Agent May.
Yes.
But you're thinking, in the whole episode, you're like, well, is it Agent May? Because she
make this May?
She's been helping the team, and unfortunately, it's pretty much heavily implied, not 100% said, because you don't need to say things sometimes.
Yeah.
But the May we saw the whole episode pretty much is not May.
Right.
And Coulson might be having sex with a robot.
He might. Yeah. It's 2016. We are open-minded.
But I don't know if that's what he wants.
Yeah. Oh, he wants that. I mean, not necessarily the robot, but
yeah, that's what I know. I don't think he wants the robot.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't think he wants Robo May.
I was about to say it's clear his feelings from season 1 to season 4 have shifted with May.
Yes.
Because it's definitely not the brother-sister partner relationship in season 1. Because season 1 it would have been awkward.
Well, it helps that in season 1 they gave him a love interest, but he said, well, I can't be with you because you think I'm dead and I don't want to drag you into that life again.
Yeah.
And in season 3, well, yeah, but she got shot by Ward.
I know.
And then on the flip side, yeah, I had a husband, we were divorced, but he came back in my life. Oh, we had to kill him.
Yeah. By the way, he's an Inhuman killing other Inhumans.
And unfortunately, he got killed by an Inhuman.
Yeah.
So we're both single.
Yeah, right? So why not?
So we're both single now.
Yeah.
What do you think is going to come of that?
I think that they're going to let it play out with nobody knowing for at least probably like 2 or 3 episodes.
Well, that's the beauty of the life models. That you're not. It's not obvious that they are not the original.
But I'm wondering how many she's going to try to replace in there, because it's easy to.
You don't think Ada is stopping with just?
No, I don't think she's stopping with one. I think.
What do you think her end game is?
That I don't know.
It's hard to tell.
Yeah,
because she doesn't look like an Ultron where she wants to be doing harm.
Right, and I think it's the Darkhold that's kind of clearly telling her this.
So Marvel Universe, Ultron became bad because of a cosmic gem.
Yeah,
Ada's becoming bad because of a supernatural dark force.
But it's not magic, because magic is deception.
So
and when you look at that, when she says that line, and then you look at the end, it's like, you've been deceiving people the whole episode, though.
So future Marvel Universe scientists, don't expose your creation to things you don't understand.
Right, yeah. Don't mix your science and your supernatural.
Or cosmic energy.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know what she's gunning for. Yeah. Because she doesn't look so far. I mean, that could all change when they come back January 10th. It could all change, within an instant what her motives are. But right now, it doesn't look like she's aiming to take over the world or something.
No, I don't think that.
So,
I think it's more like, I have this new power. Let's see what I can do with it. And, she knows that she's there to, like you said, take a bullet. Mm-hmm. So, wouldn't it be convenient if everybody in S.H.I.E.L.D. was built like that? So she's going with like that, I'm helping sort of thing. Because she doesn't really seem to have an idea of, humanity, of like soul or whatever you want to call it. Right. So if she kills somebody, she just killed him. That's it,
Well, I was reading an interview with the creators, and the obvious question is like, well, are you just doing TV Ultron? Right. And one of the things that they said is different. Like, well, Ultron was connected to everything. Right. He could see everything at a moment.
He was the internet.
He was the internet. Ada is not that.
No.
She is a single thing.
Yeah.
So she wants something, she has to go get it, information-wise. I was like, okay, let's, sure. Yeah. Sure, cool. Let's see.
So, yeah.
But did you watch it live or on Hulu?
I watched it on Hulu.
Okay. So, yes. Did you hear that there is... So, the last couple years of S.H.I.E.L.D., in the middle of its winter finale, and when they came back, we had the luxury of watching Agent Carter.
Right.
We don't get that this year.
Right.
Henceforth, that's why S.H.I.E.L.D. is coming back a lot sooner. Yeah. And, that's the thing. I was wondering, because the winter finale was episode 8. Mm-hmm. And usually they get to a good 10, 11 episodes before they do the winter finale.
Yeah, because it's normally like right in the half.
Yeah. So, obviously... Thank you, ABC, for planning stuff like that.
Yeah.
But in lieu, not really like Agent Carter, we do get something. Did you see that?
I've not.
Oh. So,
breaking news.
Breaking news to the beard.
Yeah.
So, ABC did commission like a web series.
Okay.
That you can start watching next week. And it will lead pretty much into the premiere, the, spring premiere of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Okay.
It's Yo-Yo's. She gets a little web show, and I think it takes place before season 4. So it's probably that thing she did for Daisy, like the stealing of the meds.
Yeah.
So it's like 3 to 6 minutes each episode. You get them weekly.
Okay.
And there you go.
Nice.
So you don't get like a thing like Agent Carter, but you get something.
Yeah.
But you get something with Yo-Yo now.
Why didn't they do that with Most Wanted when it didn't make it into a regular show?
I don't know.
I didn't even think about that.
But I think they had grander plans for Most Wanted.
Yeah.
Like really grand plans.
Yeah.
And I think the Yo-Yo one is just supplementary. Hence why they're saying, well, it's not a show, like a show. Well, it's something for you.
Right, yeah. Maybe it's a character you're familiar with, but we're not going to make her hold a whole hour by herself.
Yeah. So I thought that was a good news.
Yeah.
Because I think, the actress put on her Instagram, hey, watch the special teaser after the episode. So a lot of people were thinking, are you going to show Spider-Man? But Yuri said that you're showing Spider-Man on Kimmel. Are you showing the Inhumans? Do you have people yet to show us a teaser like that?
Are there Inhumans?
Do you have that footage yet? Because they did announce that they are going to make a limited like a mini series of the Inhumans. But I was like, dude, you just announced that.
Yeah.
But that I know of, you don't have actors, or do you? So I was thinking, what are you going to show? And that was it.
Okay.
The little preview of what, like and they call it Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Slingshot.
Nice.
So it was cool. And,
yeah, and with S.H.I.E.L.D., I'm also trying not to speculate too much for...
You know, the one thing I do want, and I know I've said it the whole time last year, but this time is more prevalent. Bring Deathlock back.
Yeah.
Because there was one person that can tell if you are not a human being, I think it's him. So please, guys, bring J. August Richards back.
Yeah.
Bring Deathlock back, because, like, he takes one look at May right now, he's like, what happened? They're like, what? You guys do know that she is not all organic.
Yeah, right.
Wait, what? Oh, well, I need to stick around a lot more. So just putting it out there.
Yeah.
Please, guys. That's just me, because I love Jay and I love the character Deathlock, but it's really practical. Yeah. I can understand last season, you know, while it would have been cool to have firepower like Deathlock, you didn't need him.
Right.
This time...
You could use him.
I think he could have.
Well, I could see the line being like he's talking to Coulson or something. It's like, oh, you got 2 robots on the team now.
Yeah, or just something. But yeah, we've seen that he has, you know, like the X-ray vision. You know, he has biosignature, you know, stuff. Yeah. So yeah, if there's a time to bring Deathlock back, I think it's now.
Yeah.
Well, what do you know? But you know. In some ways, I'm glad I don't make these decisions, but there's sometimes I wish I did make these decisions.
Yeah, no, I definitely feel you on that, because there's like, I would have done that differently, but you did like 80% of the show awesome, and I wouldn't want to mess with that.
But most of the time, I only think of that with, unfortunately, the CW shows.
Yeah.
Last thought on the CW show, though.
Hashtag bring us Earth 3 Flash.
last thought of the episode, and we'll go back to CW. So, I don't know. I really thought about this after, unless I said it, did I say it last week that I am fully in for Supergirl?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm feeling that way.
Okay.
I think I was at Hot Topic this week.
And the fact that we didn't have a new episode this week really says something that
I'm still thinking about it.
Yeah.
But I went to Hot Topic and I saw like the Supergirl hoodie and I was like, I want that.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Yep. I'm in.
All right, you drank the Kool-Aid.
I'm drinking the Supergirl Kool-Aid. Whoa, that sounded.
You just made a
whoa. But this is it for the season. Join us next week for the Christmas special,
where we will hopefully have special guests. The one we refer to as Mike.
And think about your favorite Christmas. Anything.
Christmas movie, Christmas special.
Anything. Yeah, anything. Yeah, anything.
Post it in the comments.
Yes.
You know.
But maybe wait till the next week.
Well, I mean, if they post it in the comments this week, then we can
dress it.
Yeah. Who knows? You might hear your username mentioned on here.
So. All 12 of you.
All 12 of you. Yes. So until then.